Hey viewers, welcome to another Games Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing another Urgot game, and Urgot is played by WatchMeSC's. And instead of going bottom lane, he's going to do the old school thing and go top lane. So I'm trying to fast forward through this loading screen, and hopefully that will actually work. And yeah, that was almost the 17th crash of today, because it seems that every replay file I get nowadays crashes. I think it has to do with one of the updates, but I just re-updated my my LOL replay system and it didn't really help, so I have no idea. Anyway, we are going to see him go top. As I said, it's kind of the old school thing to do. People used to do this all the time because Urgot is kind of like Gangplank in that he has long range skills. He has a range attack where Gangplank only has a melee attack. He has quite a lot of HP, he has a shield, but yeah, instead of the long range Q that Gangplank has, that's why I compared them. Gangplank can harass with his Q pretty efficiently, and that's why he's such a good top laner, because his harass is pretty effective. But the Q on Urgot, although it's a skill shot, is much shorter range, and it will actually it's much shorter cooldown. I think I should said range, but it's about the same range, I think. I'm definitely not in it with my head yet, but I'll get there. I'll get there. Yeah, he can lock it on with another skill shot. So if you land the corrosive charge, your Q will actually become targeted, and that would be much easier to land than, of course. But yeah, the corrosive charge is hard to land, to say the least. So I'm wondering what build he's going to go for. We've seen a lot of different builds on Urgot. He's a very versatile champion. Depends very much on who you're going up against and what your preferred playstyle is. So far we see points in Q and W. The W being a shield. This is the shield, and the shield is very efficient because it blocks a lot of damage. It has a pretty long cooldown. 16 seconds on level 1. But yeah, the cooldown is definitely well, not a problem, because it's still a very useful skill. So the jungler coming in here, and this is probably not going to result in anything. I don't know why Skarner wasted his ghost there, because there was never going to be anything happening. If both of them had their ultimates up, yeah, that would have been excellent. But yeah, without a slow right off the bat or disable, well, the slow would be the least to get. But they really couldn't get that, and Gangplank coming in for another gank, second time now, and Flash is going to be used to get out of there. So Gangplank, yeah, really effective ganker because of the slow and because he has a speed boost, but not nearly as effective as someone who actually has a stun, but a lot more effective than someone like Shyvana. Shyvana does a lot of damage, but cannot really hold people in place, so she can only gank lanes that are pushed too much or are yeah, occupied by someone on their own team that has a stun. The rest is kind of more of a counter jungling champion. I mean, Shyvana is really good at counter jungling, and that's what she normally is used for. So a lot of distance between the two champions here, because Urgot is afraid of the ghouls coming out. The ghouls don't really do a lot of damage; they're more of utility, but late game they obviously will do more damage, and they will be more efficient. So both of them are pretty low on mana. Yeah, about 40%, and yeah, that will result in this being a little bit, yeah, boring for now, because it's all going to be just auto-attacking. And of course, because this has the Q has only a 40 mana cost, you can yeah, you can spam it a little bit more than normal skills. It also has a very short cooldown of 2 seconds, and that means that, well, you can be pretty efficient with it. You can do a lot of damage with it. You can also farm with it quite efficiently. And not at all harassing the Yorick here, even though, yeah, well, Yorick can still be harassed. It's not like he has ultimate lifesteal or something like that. His ghouls do steal some life for him, or at least the red one does. And yeah, that helps him stay alive. Yeah, he is pretty tanky in and of himself, but so is Urgot. So they have about the same amounts of resistance here, and yeah, we see the jungler once again coming in, but once again, no ultimates on him, and Urgot apparently couldn't reach or didn't want to use it. Because with the ultimate of one of the two, you get a few seconds extra to hit someone, and yeah, those few seconds should be enough to get the kill, especially with red buff. Because red buff will slow the enemies or the target, and yeah, that is yeah, highly desirable, obviously. So Yorick, yeah, he's just staying in lane and going to farm a little bit more. Meanwhile, Urgot, Tear of the Goddess now, and this Yorick only still has the Mackie pendants and 150 mana. Well, yeah, let's say 150 mana. It is not the most efficient or the best way to do this. The better way to do this would have been to push back and to go shop himself, because now he is out of mana with an Urgot right in his face at full mana, with a finished Tear of the Goddess, extra health potions and boots, and yeah, he's just not going to be able to stay in here. So his jungler is going to either help him out, or he's just going to die, or his turret is going to take a lot of damage if he goes back home. So Urgot really yeah, waiting for his opportunity, and now yeah, they have the ultimates. So the first ultimate going off, second ultimate, yes, there we go, and they should be able to get this kill. Come on, there we go. Yeah, so as I said, with the ultimates this is really easy to do, and yeah, they even tower dove for that, which I don't think that was really necessary. I think they could have pulled it off without that, but it worked, so can't say anything about that. Anyhow, meanwhile in the bottom lane we see Teemo and Graves versus Jarvan and Soraka. I don't know why there aren't any normal lanes anymore, but these kind of things happen more and more often. I have to admit, I played Shen as a support yesterday, but yeah, at least Shen as a support kind of makes sense because Shen can give life to his AD carry. Not directly, but because of the Q that actually allows you to steal health based on the level of the skill. Well, it doesn't steal health, I guess. Just gives you a fixed amount of health no matter what your damage is. And yeah, that helps out, as well as the taunt. That helps out because yeah, you can distract the enemy from killing your AD carry. Teemo, on the other hand, doesn't have anything except maybe, and I say maybe, the blinding dart, because the blinding dart, yeah, it is not the best way to support. And yeah, you need something else. Once he reaches level 6, Teemo will have the mushrooms, and those are a lot better as a supporter. Because then you have AoE slow, and you can definitely ward and save your laner with that. Anyhow, Urgot getting pushed back a little bit by the ghouls, and is going to be in some trouble because now he has to last hit versus the turret, and that is always difficult to do. I think he got one so far. And it's going to stay at one, it seems. Oh, there's one. Yeah, he's really having trouble getting the minions, and if you know you're going to have trouble, yeah, you got something like 4 out of those, I don't know, 15. But if you know you're going to have trouble with this, then you really need to make sure that you never get pushed into the turret, because this is, yeah, you lose a lot of money here. And yeah, money is kind of the most or the only important thing in this game, because money can get you anything from defense to offense. So you can buy armor or magic resist or damage, AP. Everything can be bought except for, well, hard CC, so stuns and silences. But for the rest, yeah, you can buy slows in a lot of items for AP, for AD, and yeah, I don't think. Oh, you can of course buy lifesteal and such to stay alive. Yeah, well, you can buy virtually anything. So the only important thing in this game is gold, and with the gold you will get the kills. If you are ahead in gold and on the other team, you will 95% of the time win, probably more, because you have more damage, you have more armor, and as long as you know how to play the game, you should be able to win. So now, with Yorick being middle, he's going to have an opportunity to just kill this turret, and he should of course focus on the minions here, attacking the turret while doing the Qs on the minions to kill them. And of course, the using the E, the corrosive charge, would help him get the minions a little bit quicker, so that his minions will actually attack the turrets instead of the enemy minions. So with the ward out, he could see this guy coming in. He still gets damaged quite a lot by the ghouls. But fortunately, the cooldown on the ghouls is pretty long. Heal going off, and no ultimates. Okay, I thought he would go for an ultimate there. And yeah, it seems he should have gone for an ultimate. Oh, he would have had such an easy kill. Yeah, with the ultimate, he would have traded places, and especially after the flash, at least, yeah, I think he used flash there. It would have made a lot of sense to do that, because it does a little bit of damage as well, I think. No, no, no. It doesn't do damage. Wow. That's, I think, the one ultimate that doesn't do damage. Well, there are more, don't worry. I know that Soraka's ultimate doesn't do damage either. Now there are several ultimates that don't do damage, but there aren't a whole lot of them. Anyway, yeah, by swapping positions he would at least have the chance to do one more auto attack, and that would have been good enough. And he did have the 120 mana available, so it's not like he was out of mana. Anyhow, yeah, Urgot's back in lane now, and is going to just wait a little bit, not engage the minions right away, because he knows that the enemy doesn't know where he is. And he's going to get the target lock on and do a bit of damage that way, making sure that he doesn't lose the minions, because the minions are way more important than doing that extra little bit of damage. Obviously harassing your opponent is really important, but not as important as getting the minions. And again, not using the Noxian corrosive charge here. Well, I would say that is a really efficient way to make sure that these minions don't pressure your turret too much. And he is doing a good job this time of picking up everything. And as you can see, yeah, he knows now that if it comes to last hitting against his turret, that he will have a problem, because he saw that earlier. And even if he hasn't played Urgot in a while, I don't know, but even if, he would have noticed that. And yeah, there we go, picking up all of the minions. Excellent job. Let's see the actual minion scores here. It takes a while, it always lags a little bit. 78 to 98, so he is 20 minions behind. And he's 1 kill up. 20 minions is about 500 gold. So I would say they're about equal. Because the kill would give you 300 gold, plus the assist on Skarner, I think. Yeah, Skarner was their jungler. So the assist from Skarner, which is an additional 210 gold. So you're doing using his ultimate, but not managing to do anything with it. So that's kind of a shame, because, well, his ultimate is pretty good, and yeah, he just let WatchMeSC or Urgot just walk out of that, no problem. Well, if he just had called in the help of his jungler, that would have been a lot better. So he could have cloned his jungler even, which it probably does more damage than this this guy, because all he has is some life and some life, some armor, some movement speed, and some mana, but nothing in the way of extra damage. Where the jungler probably has some extra damage. Yeah, he has 23 extra damage. It's not a lot, but still, it would have helped out. So yeah, top lane, not really the most exciting lane of them all, unless you have a really melee fight, but both of these champions have a pretty good way to keep the enemy at a distance, so zone them out a little bit, and by doing so, yeah, they kind of stay out of each other's range and only harass a little bit, but they don't get to do a whole lot of good stuff. So at least making sure that he harasses whenever he can, and that is excellent, because that is exactly what you need to do in the top lane. You need to harass, harass, and harass a little bit more, and meanwhile make sure that you don't lose any minions. Because getting the minions is really the most important thing. Even if you have a chance to harass and do a lot of damage, you probably should go for the minions anyway. Because these champions, yeah, if they lose, there's nobody to really help them out. Because if you help out your top laner, well, the jungler can sometimes come in to gank. But if you help out your top laner, you're going to lose Dragon for it normally, if your team is good enough. And that's exactly what we see here. No help coming for his opponents. I forgot his name, hang on. Yorick. And therefore they lose the turret. And oh, there finally the jungler comes in. Yeah, not really impressed by the damage of this guy. Eventually he does need to use his heal. Wow, nice in turret range, getting the ultimate off, and this should. Oh no, he missed. That is a shame. No, he went to the blue. Oh, he's still there. Wow. Okay, they're going to get a free kill here then. Nice. I assumed he would be smart enough to run here and just, yeah, go here or run all the way across. But instead he waited in the bush, even though Urgot wasn't really that low health, and yeah. Yeah, nicely done. Now picked up, well, the Manamune. Glacial Shrouds, a level 1 boot still, and a null magic mantle, because obviously he wants to go for the Mercury strats. But the cooldown on Glacial Shroud is way more important. Cooldown reduction, I mean. So anyhow, we're going to see them. I see him push the mid lane now. Help out his Lux. Lux apparently in mid lane here. I haven't seen Lux played as a normal hero in quite a while. I've seen her a couple of times as a support champion, but she's not really that great, so that's why we normally don't see them. So yeah, I get really annoyed by the white line every now and then. I'll put it back in the base again. It's a bug from this replay system. It always has, wherever you click, or wherever this guy clicked in the walking into mushrooms all the time. Wherever the Urgot in this case clicks, that's where the white line is supposed to go, but then they added an endpoint which is now in base and which I can actually control, because I can put it anywhere on the map. But he's never going to walk there, obviously. So I don't know why it is there. It is definitely a bug, and it is definitely pretty annoying. He should try to get an assist on this gangplank. Oh, or just steal it. And he's not going to catch up with the Teemo. Yeah, the better way to do this would of course have been to first attack the other guy and then use the ultimate on the Teemo, so that they could pick that up anyway. But yeah, I think the Jarvan wouldn't have picked up that kill, by the way. So, don't think it's a real steal here. It is more of an, yeah, if you cannot get it anymore, I will get the kill. But I'm not actually sure. Maybe Jarvan is really quick. I know he has that flash thing ability. Oh, nice flash there. Dodging the poison. And even though that probably wouldn't have killed him, don't know what his health is, 1400. So he could take that damage, but yeah, he didn't want to, obviously. So yeah, as you can see, the white line is now pointing towards the river where I put it, apparently. I'm going to put it back in base. Because then at least we won't be confused about where he's going. Anyhow, mid lane. I wonder how they did in minions, because I would say that Zerat would be better than Lux. But Zerat only has 75, Lux has 120, and they both are behind. They both got killed 5 times already. Wow. Lux got 1 more kill, but that's hardly a difference. I mean, it's helpful, but it's not like majorly important. Okay, so finally he is watching this, and wow, that Lux just got away. Nicely done, though. Was the only way to escape with her life, and she actually took it. And since Gangplank just stole their red, I think that was an excellent result, because they got their red buff back. Well, at least the enemy team doesn't have it, but it's kinda useless on Lux anyway. And yeah, getting 1 kill extra obviously is always good. But both of them dying 5 times, that is quite a lot. There's Jarvan coming in, and yeah, he should probably get out of there. He did get ignited here before he healed, and that's why the heal didn't really do a whole lot. And he probably still has to go back home. But yeah, he is staying in for a little bit. Gangplank getting tagged by the poison, and oh, they did lose top turret. So Jarvan is going to pick this up, I'm assuming. Oh. Okay, we're going to jungle a little bit. And I don't know who pinged the blue. It doesn't say, obviously. It only says it when you say the fallback, or you actually click a champion. Or a turret. So yeah, not a whole lot going on at this moment. The whole enemy team is concentrated around Dragon. Mid lane, top lane, and yeah, Gangplank in between the two. Mid lane, bottom lane. I think I said top lane. Wow. Really still not entirely sure what I'm saying here. And yeah, we are going to see at least a 3v3 fight. Well, it was a 2v4 fight, but yeah, nothing is going to happen eventually. Come on, catch someone! No. Yeah, this is not really good. It did split up the enemy team. And wow, getting a kill on Graves. I would say Graves is way more powerful than than Urgot, but wow, how did that work, man? Anyhow, they're probably going for enemy blue now, if it's up, because if you just killed the half of the enemy team, you should always go for a prize. So Dragon Baron buffs, something like that. Hang on, let me see what Graves actually has. Oh, Graves hasn't even got his first item yet. He does have quite a lot of minion kills, but he doesn't have his first great item, big item yet, which is either going to be Infinity Edge with these two, or is going to be the Bloodthirster with these two. But he could have afforded the Bloodthirster if he didn't buy the pickaxe. So I think it's going to be the Infinity Edge, but then he has to save some more money. And that's why this Urgot could just, well, counteract him so well and kill him. So they are going for Dragon now, obviously. But yeah, with the Glacial Shroud, which provides 45 armor, plus the extra cloth armor, he has plenty of armor to... although I'm not sure if he grabbed those two defensive items, so the cloth armor and the Negatron cloak be just in this last bit. Come on, yeah, finally. So getting enemy blue buff here. It shouldn't go to the... okay, sorry, didn't see that, or didn't have that on screen. Yeah, it shouldn't go to the jungler, this blue. The jungler shouldn't get blue anyway anymore. And there you go. Urgot getting it. Oh wow. Yeah, the snare from Lux is really powerful, especially in a team that's actually paying attention. Because in a team that is actually paying attention, you can do a whole lot with that snare. Anyhow, just pushing mid lane now, should spam his skills a little bit more. Because yeah, I don't see him use the corrosive charge at all to farm, for example. And it is such an amazing tool for that. I mean, it does 230 damage, something like that, to each of the targets. That's pretty efficient to go jungling with, or clear up a whole minion wave with. Anyhow, what is the next thing we're going to build? It seems that we're going for Sheen. Sheen adding a lot of damage, obviously, because his Q has a cooldown of 2 seconds and you can trigger it every 2 seconds. So you have the perfect skill to use Sheen. And that means that you're going to do a whole lot of damage with that. I mean, it's really good item on someone like this, and it adds some extra mana, which helps with the mana immune, as well as the fact that you can spam a whole lot with it. So the Q now has a 1.2 second cooldown effect, so it's a little bit less, and yeah, it will trigger every second time you use it. I don't know why he just ulted the shadow, but whatever. Oh, nicely done. Graves once again not the target of the ultimate from Nocturne. No, that's not Nocturne. Yorick. Well, Graves does do a lot of damage as a shadow, because that's what you need to use that for. You need to use it on your AD carry, so you can do a lot of damage to turrets and such. And a lot of damage in general team fights. It seems to be the most efficient way to use it. You can, on the other hand, use it on, for example, your AP carry, who does a lot of damage to champions instead of, well, turrets. And yeah, they will stay alive longer, so they suicide in. So you're not using the shadow to do the damage, which would be for an AD carry, but you're letting your AP carry suicide in, and once they die, they will be revived and they will have the same amount of life once again to spam their skills. So that would be awesome. Mushroom going off. Still mushrooms on the map. Yeah, Teemo can be really annoying with all of his mushrooms. And we are going back, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit because yeah, he's not in lane and the enemy team is just pushing back their lanes. Not sure if they're going for Baron here. I think maybe. But we will have to see what they decide to do. So getting caught here by two enemies, but his team is coming, so not too much of a problem. Two ultimates once again going off on Gangplank, and ooh, gets out of that, or gets killed by that, no problem. So Urgot getting pretty low here, and especially with the Zerath here, he is in some trouble. Oh, but with Lux there, it's no problem anymore. Yep, now, I think it's time to surrender for the enemies. But yeah, of course, I am not sure if they're going to do that, but there's not a whole lot of the things they can do about it. They destroy the turret. Oh, up top. Okay. They're pushing the top lane. And the enemy is obviously going to defend that, so the best way to have done this for Urgot would be to go bottom lane and just kill that turret. Because this turret is undefendable, the first one, so it's a free 750 gold for your team. And instead he's going to go for, well, a little bit of damage. Doesn't really do anything. So Lux killing the Zerath here, and I don't know why we're lagging again. It was fixed. It was definitely fixed. But anyhow, yeah, Teemo is not going to hold this off at any point. So Teemo just going back to the summoner platform, and meanwhile Urgot's just running back to his team and doesn't even mind that he took a lot of turret damage there. Yeah, we saw someone here. It is Gangplank. Yeah, we can't see most of the skills, by the way, in case you're wondering. Most of the skills are bugged in this replay system. But they did pick up the kill. Teemo really low here, by the way. And so is Lux. Oh, let's stay here. So it seems the whole team is doing well. I'm not sure if there's anyone that's doing badly. Lux is the only one who really died a lot from the carries, and Skarner of course as a jungler, but yeah, well, even the support hasn't died yet and has a pretty decent amount of minion kills. So probably jungled a little bit. I saw her take some farm in the mid lane when there was nobody there. And Urgot's going to go for the red buff. So yeah, they eventually did take out this turret, but the minions did that, and yeah, they don't really need the help of any of the champions to do that once there are inhibitors down, because they will eventually push every lane down. And another dragon here. It's going to be another free one, I think, because, well, the enemy is too busy defending their base, even though there is nothing to defend at this moment. They should have gone for, well, they should have grouped up and went to search for this team, at least try to get back. If you're not aggressive when you're behind, then you're going to lose. Obviously you need to defend your base when all of the minions are in your base, but there's nobody in the base here. Or no minions are in the base now. So all the waves have been, all the lanes have been pushed pretty well, and they should have gone out, tried to assault the enemy team at their buffs, and tried to at least get back. But yeah, this is not going to work if you're getting caught one by one. And now with Gangplank gone, it is probably going to be a next inhibitor and a next, well, the Nexus turrets. Nicely done. The snare really well done. And yeah, still an ultimate on Urgot, so it's not like it's a problem. Where did Timo get executed? Baron, of course. Whatever, Timo, whatever. So Timo was actually trying to solo Baron then, or something like that, I don't know. So yeah, that one Gangplank kill actually results in a Nexus. I don't think that would have changed anything, but it would have changed if they grouped up and went to look for enemy players that were on their own. Because getting in good team fights will get you back in the game, while defending your base from minions like they did now really never wins you the game. You need to be more aggressive. Anyway, well played on Urgot. Yeah, he used to be really good up top, and then they changed something about him. I don't remember what, but then all of a sudden he was considered to be bad and now came back a little bit as an AD champion. But apparently he's still very viable up top with his shield and his harassment Q. So yeah, well done. Next time try to keep the minions out of your turret range, because that was the only bit that really was painful to watch. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.